If you want to pick a preset color in PowerPoint, you have a couple of options. First, you select your object, then under Home menu, click on Shape Fill. At the top, you have theme colors. These are set by creator of your theme. Next, you have standard colors. These are your standard rainbow colors. So red, yellow, green, blue, purple. Then the recently chosen colors would be here. If you are using this theme for the first time, this should be blank. If you want to go beyond these colors, you will have to click on this option called More Fill Colors. So let's click on it. So we have this dialog box. Let's enlarge it so we can see better. Here we have this continuous color space. You can pick a color by moving this crosshair. You can see the preview of this color in the bottom right corner. Once you like a color, you can then decide how bright or dark you want this color to be by moving this slider up or down. If you want a specific color, you can enter the RGB values here. We also have a second color model called HSL. HSL stands for hue, saturation, and luminosity. Hue is your color, saturation is how much of color you want. So do you want like a vibrant color or you want a dull like pastel shade of that color? You can specify that here. Luminosity would be how bright or dark you want your color to be. If you know a hex value, you can just enter that here. And finally, we have this transparency slider at the bottom here. In the bottom right corner, you just saw that in the top half of this square, you see the color that you chose here. And in the bottom half, it shows you the current color. Between the two color models, RGB and HSL, HSL is the most intuitive color model because you just need to remember the hue, and then choosing saturation and luminosity is very intuitive. Just by looking at this preview color here, you can decide if you want this to be darker or brighter. So let's say if I want this to be lighter, I just need to increase the luminosity value. So let's say 200. You will notice the color has become lighter. If you want your color to be vibrant, you just need to increase the saturation. Let's increase this more. And you will see your color has become vibrant. So without touching the hue, I was able to get the color that I want. So that makes HSL color model very intuitive and easy to understand. So I highly recommend you use HSL model over RGB whenever you are trying to come up with your own colors. But let's say you don't want to go through any of this exercise. You just want a bunch of preset colors to choose from. PowerPoint does give us a color wheel. It's hidden under this standard button here. So you click on it, we get this hexagon. This is a weird looking color wheel. Typically color wheels come in circular shape. So it does give you a rich selection of colors. Let's say I want to go with this teal here. You just click on this hexagon for teal, click OK. Next, if you change your mind, if you wanted a lighter teal, you again have to go through this and click OK. So PowerPoint has really gone out of their way to make this harder to use. I don't know why, but it's been like this since the beginning. So to make it easier to pick colors from this color wheel, I set out to create my own color wheel from that. As I was making it, I was wondering what is the rationale behind this color wheel and how is it exactly set up? So I dug deeper, and in this video, I wanted to explain to you how does the color wheel work. And as a bonus, I will be sharing a link to this color wheel in the description. So feel free to download it and use it as you see fit. So let's begin. Here is the editable version of the color wheel. PowerPoint and all Microsoft Office works in sRGB space. sRGB stands for standard red, green, blue color space, which is designed for screens and not print. Let's look at the color wheel in detail. The color wheel is arranged in a hexagon format. Why hexagon? Well, a perfect circle would show the hue smoothly, but Microsoft used a hexagonal tiling because it packs discrete RGB space neatly. Here, each little hexagon is one specific RGB triplet. This design has been around since early Windows days. Apparently, at that time, it was created with efficiency and compatibility in mind. So around the edges, we have full saturation hues, starting with red, yellow, green, cyan, blue, and magenta. As we go towards the center, colors get lighter, and as we go towards the edges, the colors get darker. We have a separate grayscale strip at the bottom that handles the shades of grays from white to black. It is essentially a flattened HSV map. HSV again stands for hue, saturation, and value. So all the colors you see here are built on RGB values that go from 0 to 255 values per channel. So we have 256 values for red, green has 256, and blue has 256. If we multiply all of them, we get a total of 16.7 million colors that you can get in PowerPoint alone. So out of these 16.7 million colors, PowerPoint has chosen a total of 127 colors for us in this hexagon, and at the bottom we have 16 shades of gray. Now we have to respect that out of 16.7, these colors came out winners, so it's worth using for all our presentations, which is the reason why I went ahead and made an editable version of this color wheel. I will be sharing a link to this color wheel in the description on the right hand side. To help understand this better, I have separated primary colors, secondary and tertiary colors. So this is the location of all these colors. In addition to this, I have also created a standard color wheel, which is a lot more intuitive than PowerPoint's color wheel, especially when you are trying to come up with complementary colors or a triad of complementary colors. If we look at this section here, the opposite of violet is this yellow, but if we look at the opposite of yellow here, is this shade of blue. So this color wheel is not that precise when you are trying to pick complementary colors, but as a whole, you can't go wrong if you were to pick one of these colors. And that's it. This was a quick one. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for future videos, and I will catch you next time.